GIS it can benefit the municipality in a lot of ways. Basically, it's a way to show what your resources are, what you already have, and where they're located. All we do is we plot out things that are already in existence or proposed to be in existence, and we show the citizens of Shawnee, this is where this is going, this is what it will probably look like or does look like, and this is what your tax dollars are paying for. I mean, the citizens are already paying for it. They're paying for my job. You know, they're paying for the things that are within the city, and we should show them, you know, that way they can get maximum use out of it. GIS is Geographic Information Systems. What that does is it takes things and it puts them proportionally where they're supposed to be on a map or some kind of digital form that the public can look at and it makes sense to them. It takes, for instance, if you're wanting to know where we're located right now, we can drop a GPS point there within a reasonable amount of space, probably 3 feet, and we can plot that and put aerial imagery behind it. We can locate where different structures are, so if you want to know where the restrooms are at Boy Scout Park, we can locate that for you. The economical approach to GIS is that if a business is calling and they say, hey, we really want to bring our sporting goods store to Shawnee. We want to know where your ball fields are at, where your soccer fields are at, where your youth are located, you know, if this is a family neighborhood. And we want to know, do you have the infrastructure to put us there? So what we'll do as a GIS professional is we will go in, we'll make sure that the landlines, the phone lines, the sewer lines, all connect to this particular building. That saves money in the long run for both the taxpayer and the individual business. Then we want to know, is our target audience located here or within a reasonable feature? So if you have 400 families that are living in a particular area, we really don't want them to have to drive to Oklahoma City or Norman to pick up the sporting goods that they need for their child to play. So what this does is it allows us to tell the business, hey, here's the concrete data behind why you not only want to move here, but why it will be mutually beneficial for both of us. Citizens can go to the City of Shawnee website right now, and there's a maps link. Within that maps link, you can find flood zone information. So if you're proposing a building, or if you're just out of curiosity, you know, you want to know what this area entails, you can find out all the information. And it's really cool to set up because once you click on the individual map, it opens up within that website, and then you can type in your address in the address bar on the top right, and it will locate where you're at and where these things are relative to where you're at. So if you're interested in, if you have an emergency or something like that, relatively close, how close are the fire hydrants to you, you can once again type in your address and it will find that information. Once you get to that individual map that you're looking at, all you do is simply click on the individual icon. If it's a flood zone, you know, so it'll be like a purple box. You click on that and it'll tell you how that's zoned, who zoned it, and the information tied to that. So it's a really cool feature that we have. We've had the help of engineering department in some of these fields. And you can find out which ward you're in too. So if you want to find out who represents you in each individual ward, you can type in your address in the search field. It'll pop up, click on that, and it will tell you which ward you're in. So the horse in the city is something that's unique to Shawnee. It's something that if you go and you find a horse in a city, it's Shawnee, Oklahoma. It's your city, and I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. And if you want to know where those are, say if you have family or guests coming in, or just out of curiosity, you can go on the map, find out exactly where they're at, and it also has a detailed picture within that data. So you can look and see, you know, I want to see what the painted horse is. You know, that's in front of the bank downtown. You know, you'll be able to find out what that is, and it also has a little bit of information tied to that. I think it just instills a little bit of uniqueness and maybe city pride. Potential uses of GIS are wide variety, but I think you could do planning. It's one of the biggest things. Emergency management uses GIS a lot. I've been working with emergency management recently quite a bit on doing some forecast if certain situations were to happen. They're completely hypotheticals, but it allows us to be FEMA compliant. It allows us to plan for future preparations and find out who we need to evacuate, how we need to evacuate them in a worst case scenario. In regards to the zoning information that we've provided on the City of Shawnee website, if a resident wants to go to some of these meetings and wants to know, a lot of times they'll use things that are, it's almost like stereo instructions. They'll say, well, C3 or R1 or A2 or all these different acronyms, all that's provided for you on the city website with a description of what that means. This allows you to get the most information about what you want to do, without having to go and trust somebody else that you don't know for that information. You can look at it yourself and do the research yourself, and it's empowering.